breathing slow. Let your thoughts become light. And if these quiet stories help you sleep, leave a gentle like and subscribe so another peaceful place can open for you tomorrow night. Tonight, you visit a sleeping garden museum after sunset. It is a small museum built around an old courtyard garden with glass doors, stone paths, and rooms full of quiet botanical drawings. The visitors have gone. The front desk lamp is low, and the garden beyond the glass is turning blue in the last light. A museum keeper unlocks the courtyard door for you and gives you a small lantern with a paper shade. The light is soft, warm, barely brighter than a candle. You step outside onto the stone path, and the air smells of damp leaves, earth, and flowers closing for the night. The garden is not large, but it feels deep, with low hedges, small trees, a stone bench, and a pond reflecting the first stars. The keeper walks beside you quietly, pointing out nothing unless you pause. When you stop near a bed of silver leaves, she says they are softest after sunset and lets you look as long as you like. When you pause by the pond, she lowers the lantern so you can see one fallen petal floating on the dark surface. There is no lesson to learn, no tour to finish, only small things being noticed slowly and then allowed to remain themselves. Inside one gallery, the walls are lined with drawings of plants, ferns, orchids, mosses, trees with careful roots drawn in pale ink. The keeper brings tea to a bench under the drawings and gives you a blanket folded in museum gray wool. You sit with the cup in your hands while the gallery lights dim one level lower. The drawings seem to float in the quiet, not asking to be studied, only offering their careful shapes to tired eyes. After a while, you return to the courtyard. The garden is darker now, and the lantern makes a little circle on the path. You follow it slowly, past the pond, past the silver leaves, past a wooden door marked Seed Room. The keeper opens it for a moment. Inside are shelves of labeled jars, each one holding seeds for another season. Small brown promises, sleeping in glass. You stand there quietly, thinking how peaceful it is that some things wait underground, without worry, until the right time comes. The keeper closes the seed room door, and the latch makes a soft click. Then she leads you back to the stone bench. The lantern rests between you, and the pond reflects it twice, once on the surface and once deeper below. The museum building surrounds the garden with warm windows, but the courtyard itself belongs to night now. Leaves still, flowers folded, paths cooling under the sky. Your thoughts begin to fold 2. Petal by petal. The keeper then takes you through one more gallery, a narrow room with glass cases along the walls. Inside are pressed flowers from many summers, violets, small roses, fern tips, thin grasses tied with faded ribbon. Each one rests between paper and glass, kept carefully, not alive in the old way, but still holding the shape of a quiet day. You walk slowly from case to case, and the lantern light follows like a soft hand. At the end of the gallery, there is a reading chair beside a tall window. The keeper places the blanket there, then opens a book of garden notes on the table. The pages are filled with dates, rainfall, first buds, last leaves, small, patient records of things becoming themselves. You do not read every line. You only let your eyes pass over the calm handwriting and feel how gentle it is that a garden can be watched without being hurried. When you return to the courtyard, the sky is fully dark, but the museum windows glow around the garden, as if the building has become a lantern too. The pond holds one star, then another. The stone bench has cooled, but the blanket is warm. You sit, and everything around you seems to breathe very slowly. Leaves, water, paper, glass, night, and you. The keeper leaves you alone for a few minutes, not far away, only inside the nearest doorway, where her lantern makes a warm square on the floor. You can hear her turning one page, then another, quietly closing the garden notebook for the night. In the courtyard, the pond is perfectly still, except for one small circle where a drop falls from a leaf. The circle widens, softens, and disappears, leaving the star reflection whole again. You walk once more along the stone path, slower than before, past the folded flowers, past the bench, past the glass doors glowing with museum light. Each step feels like placing something down, a worry, a memory, a little unfinished thought. The garden does not take them away. It simply lets them rest among the leaves, where everything knows how to be quiet until morning. So tonight, stay in the Sleeping Garden Museum after sunset. Let the drawings rest on the walls. Let the seeds sleep in their jars. Let the pond hold the lantern light. You do not have to grow tonight. You do not have to become anything new. You can simply rest like the garden